this is Howard Jones from I Love to Learn Professional Tutoring. We do after-school tuition in reading, writing, spelling and maths, and I've just done an article on maths anxiety. Is maths anxiety a thing? Well, there's been reports in the press that had something on Radio 4 that saying that the University of Cambridge have decided or done some research that perhaps up to 1 in 10 children experience actual maths anxiety. Well, the fear of maths, is it really true? Is it just another made-up label? I think the problem with anxiety, if you fear anything, of course, is something that doesn't go away, it builds. Some people do fear getting things wrong. So I think possibly what happens, my feeling is that when children are younger and they have difficulty doing some maths, obviously maths is either right or wrong, so if you do start getting it wrong, then that's what feeds back to you. You keep getting it wrong, you can't understand it, you get a lot of questions wrong, it may cause you to switch off and feel you can't do the maths. And obviously as the anxiety builds, that's a problem, and it only gets worse. Some people do fear failure more than others. Then of course what happens is perhaps the maths is kind of like a house. You need to build the foundations before you can build the roof, and if the foundations don't get built and the class moves on and you haven't learnt the basics, then it gets worse and worse and you're not able to do the harder maths because you haven't learnt whatever the basic issues might be, place value or arithmetic or times tables, you just haven't memorised all that. So that causes a problem for you. And then of course calculators. Children do, once they get calculators, their mental maths does tend to deteriorate. If they rely overly on calculators, they haven't understood the number, they're just typing it into the machine, and they perhaps forget to do their arithmetic, so that becomes a problem as well. And that leads to poor skills and mental arithmetic, and as I said, times tables. And if you can't do those things, then that just means you can't do anything when it comes to a non-calculator paper with GCSE. And you can't really understand what's happening with the numbers. So that's a real problem. So how do we take that anxiety away? How do we remove that anxiety? I think there's a number of things you can do. I think you do have to change the mindset a little bit. We try and do reframing in the sense that students come to us and say, I hate maths, or I hate algebra. We try and say, you find maths difficult, but you're working at it. Or I find algebra hard, but I'm going to do my best, and that's fine because everybody finds something hard. So if we can change their mindset, that's really going to help students, do some work. You've got to take. I think you've got to go back to basics. It's no good if children are struggling with their, let's say, algebra homework or their geometry homework. It's no good trying to help them with that if they have forgotten their basics. So do go back to basics. Go back to times tables. Do the arithmetic. Find someone who can help them with that. Then they've got a chance to catch up. Got to find where the holes are, got to find where the problems are, got to build that foundation before you can build the rest of the structure. And try and make it fun. If you're at home, if you're a parent, you've got to play games. You can play Monopoly, you can play Scrabble, which is maths and English. You can use the dice, play cards, anything that's going to help your child. Also pocket money and money is important. Helping children to actually use and find ideas about money and use money and operate with that helps with decimals, helps with place value. There's all kinds of ways there. So I hope that's helpful, and obviously please do get in touch if you've got any questions or comments about anything I said in the article. Thank you.